Welcome back.
Thanks. It's good to be back. It really is. It really feels like...
Why is it good to be back?
Because you go places for the first time and you kind of get overwhelmed with the support, and then you go, was that real? And then you go back again and you go, wow, okay, it was real. And then you go back again and you're like, right, these guys are hardcore and they're sticking with me. So I feel like this time around, I just feel like it's ride or die now. Like, the Australian fans are just really, really into the music that I'm making, and they're really supportive. It's really nice.
I mean, obviously, longevity in this day and age is really important, isn't it? It's harder than ever, I think.
I think it's easy to go with what's hot at that time instead of being somebody that makes a body of art that sticks the test of time, you know. And those are the people that I look to, like the Michael Jacksons, the Whitney Houstons, the Aretha Franklins, that, you know, rolled with the adaptation of the industry, and that's what I'm trying to do, I suppose.
Who's just knocked your socks off?
I met Pharrell recently, and he's really, really interesting guy. He's an Aries, so like once I got to know him, I really understood him. Who else have I met? I actually met someone. I can't remember his name though. That's awkward, isn't it? And he's an actor.
John Travolta.
And he's like really famous, but I thought he worked on my record label because I recognised him. So he came up to me and I hugged him. I was like, how are you? You work at the label. And he didn't say anything. And I was like, and then 5 minutes later he brought over his daughter and was like, this is my daughter, and you know, she's about to sign to this modelling agency. And I was like, and then someone said to me, oh, have you seen the film? And I was like, you don't work at my record label, do you? And he was like, no, but I don't remember who he was.
But it was super.
Yeah, but he was a superstar. Made an impact, clearly. Don't remember his name or who he was. Woo!
Now, let's talk about Pharrell for a second, because obviously you've done some stuff with him for your new record.
Yeah, well, it's kind of, I have, but it's not on the album, but it may be used in the future.
Is part of... You know, so many people collaborate with him, and obviously he's an incredibly talented artist.
Yeah.
Is there something about him that makes it easy to collaborate with him?
It makes you feel very comfortable.
Yeah.
And he takes the time to get to know you. He's very intense, but in a good way. He's very like, he'll make eye contact with you, and you have to kind of... It's really, it's very intense, but it's like you really feel like you're getting to know him as a musician, and he dedicates his time. And that's very rare to find these days, especially someone that's at the peak of like a huge, massive career right now again, to make the time for me.
Did you expect to be intimidated a bit by him, or for him not to be as...
No, not at all. I just know how hard it is to dedicate your time to somebody else's career and sound when yours is... Every single person is phoning you to work with you. So I felt very, very, very honoured that he took a week out of his schedule and we did 3 songs together, and I had such fun. That was really nice, you know? And we had loads of wings. That was good.
As in chicken wings?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Were they hot wings?
Yeah, hot wings, Chinese, like chili wings with blue cheese sauce.
Let's talk about collaboration, and because people hear about it a lot, and I think the average person who listens to songs hear that their favourite artists collaborate with people.
Yeah.
But for you, what does it mean? In what way are you collaborating with people? Like, is it very hands on in the songwriting way?
I'm very much someone. I'm very honest. I don't like working with anyone that I don't really listen to, or you know, or not respect. But I'm very much someone that only ever wants to work with people that reflect something about myself as an artist, or I feel are going to bring something from me that I don't feel I've got yet, which is why my new album isn't soaked in features, because it's very, very easy to do now. It's very easy to phone up and give someone 500 grand and the label go, here you go, you know, rap on this or do this.
Flowrider does that, I've seen it. I'm just not, it's not my thing. I'm someone that likes to make a relationship with the person, that, you know, a friendship with the person that I'm working with, and not just go, here's a song, go, I'd love to work with you, you know, would you even just give me the kind of time for you to even listen to the song? So yeah, I'm the same when people ask me. I've been very picky about things I've done. And you've done this duet with Robin Thicke, so is
yes,
the similar thing happen there?
Well, I actually got asked by DJ Cassidy, which is the album that it's on. He just come off tour with Jay-Z and Justin Timberlake, and he's the VMA's house band. And he's basically created a new album that's amazing. I can't wait for the world to hear it. It's like old school soul. All the old musicians are playing on there. Earth, Wind and Fire on the duet with myself and Robin Thicke.
And I recorded the song in New York just as a kind of a favour. I didn't realise how big it was. Claude Kelly, who's a good friend of mine who wrote Part in the USA, Nobody's Perfect, Price Tag, Domino with me. He wrote the song. So I was like, cool, I'll do it, I'll cut it. Sang it, and then like kind of nothing happened, no one spoke about it. And then about 3-4 weeks ago, I got a phone call saying Robin Thicke wants to do it as a duet. Can he record on it? And I was like, no. How dare he think he's good enough? So no, of course I said yes. And he recorded on it, and I was like, whoa. And we're shooting a video next week. And it's the first single off that album, not my album, off DJ Cassidy's album.
And I presume there'll be no nudity in this film clip.
I've banned ice creams and exercise bikes from the shoot, just in case, and goats. Or is it lambs? Is it lambs? Yeah. But you know, you never know. Yeah, if I have a shandy. The awkward silence, that was great. Shandy's like a little bit of beer and Sprite.
Yeah.
The best.
Right.
Yeah.
It's we have them here.
Okay, you just didn't react.
Well, I was going to say what you're going to say. If you have a shandy.
You never know.
You
never know. You never know.
When you were here last time, compared to this time, have you noticed that there's a level of recognition for Jessie J?
Yeah.
In the streets, you know, and that kind of thing. Is there any...
You have to... I think the one thing that I'm very aware of is that the time that I had before I don't have now. Yeah. I have to very much make sure that I let my fans understand that when I can stop and take photographs and see them, I will. But literally from 6 a.m. till 8 o'clock at night, there's an hour lunch break, and that's it. Yeah. And maybe and a dinner if I'm lucky. So it's like that's the one thing that I realised the most is that I'm not as free as I used to be able to be. You know, it's more so it's hardcore. Yeah. You're only there for a week, and you've got all this stuff to do, and you have to get it done.
Do you think you need to be on Twitter these days to be an artist?
No, I don't. My label do.
Yeah.
I've had my breaks with Twitter, and I've put myself first with that. I had to admit to myself that there were moments where there were things that I didn't want to read, and if I don't want to read them, I don't want to be on it. And there are moments where I have admitted to my fans that maybe someone from my management team or a friend of mine will tweet instead of me, because I don't want to read that people don't want me to be on the earth anymore. You know, it's not anything you want to read. So I do take my moments where I go, I'm going to have a break from this. But again, it's a great tool that it's the only place where you can go to get facts from me around the world. So I make sure that everything that's important for my fans to know is on there. But I don't read my feed much anymore.
What about, this sort of when reviews for your work? Do you take...
I like to read reviews. I don't take them in as facts, because one person's opinion isn't, the epitome of life. It's not the definity of my work. But I'm very, very interested to see what people think, because they notice things that I may not have noticed. I've listened to this album, 70 times in the last month. So I'm not hearing things that other people may notice. So that's always important for me, to always try and better myself. But listen to the right people.
Well, I remember seeing that this is that Coldplay documentary, and in it, they're selling all these records and they're selling out all these theatres. But the one thing that comes through, or stadiums, is that they're worried about the people who don't like them, which seems absurd to the outsider who thinks, well, to a fan, why does it matter if you're a fan of a band?
Do you know what? It sounds weird, but put it this way. I always think of it like this: that okay, if you're a teacher at a school, and there's 30 teachers in the, what's it called? The teacher's room. What's it called? Staff room. Yeah. The staff room. And there's one teacher that hates you. That's going to play on your mind. Any normal person wouldn't just be able to go, all these people like me, but there's that one person that's giving me evils, that's not giving me a biscuit. That it's a normal human thing to want to be liked by people that you don't know why they don't like you. Yeah. But I've realised that I can't keep everybody happy, and that if everyone was the same, then everyone would agree with the way I live my life, but they're not. And that's something you have to accept. And they're successful, so they should just enjoy the people that are supporting them.
Yeah,
Always, yeah.
Yeah, but obviously for them and for lots of other people, hard to do.
I mean, my favourite thing is like festivals when I'm supporting, like, for example, last week I did V Festival in the UK and I supported The Script and Beyonce. And I went out and I was like, okay, you're clearly not a fan of me. Right at the front. You know, and they're just standing there like, can you get off? We want The Script to come on. And for me, that's the best challenge, is when I'm trying to win them over. And that's not me going, I don't not so much care if you, by the end, you're not cheering, but I love the test, the challenge of seeing them go, oh, okay, I don't actually mind this, you know, because what you see as a fan when you're just watching the videos and the stuff on websites, and it can be very edited and very much formulated and it's the things that people, when they make the time for you, and that's why I try and use my Instagram and my Twitter for people to get to know me, that isn't just the cookie cutter artist thing that you have to do to promote an album. Does that make sense?
Totally.
Yeah.
Is it true that back to, you know, opening up when you supported Chris Brown, that
yes,
you were on stage opening for Chris Brown, crowd started booing?
Yeah.
And you
most nights.
Straight back at
yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was, 17, 18. He booked me off YouTube. So I had an agent and that was it. I didn't have management or anything. And I did like Amsterdam, Germany, a few other gigs, and no one knew me. Nobody knew me. I don't know why that's happened, that accent. And I remember going out, had no band, you know, nothing, just me and track. And I ran out and they were like, boo! And I was like, boo! You know, why are you pooing me? Give me a chance. And that's what I said. I was like, I'm on stage for 15 minutes. Give me a chance. You know, and if you don't like it, go on your phone, play a game. Chris will be out soon, but give me a chance. And they respected my honesty. And I always took those situations to be able to learn how to survive when everything goes wrong. So if I'm on stage, like, for example, when I do X Factor tonight, if the track cuts out, my mic is still live. I will sing the song and I will be able to do it well. You have to be able to survive on your own.
You did the Voice in the UK.
Yes, 2 series.
Would you advise young singers to go on these shows?
Oh, what my brain wants to say and what my mouth will say. It depends who they have around them. I feel that young people should be young.
Yeah.
Only now in my life do I feel like I'm not running in the dark. I loved what I was doing when I was 17, 18 without the world watching me do it, you know, and I think it's really hard to stay grounded when your childhood was filled with fame. I do worry for people that are young that go in those kind of shows, because I know that when I was 14, 15, 16, 17, I wouldn't have been emotionally stable enough to deal with the media and the constant scrutiny that the public seem to feel they have the right to have on your life from everything. You know, so I feel like now I can deal with it, and I'm nearly 26. So
are you in control of things now?
I've always been in control, but maybe not so much that was actually playing a part. You always feel like you're in control, but it may not be doing anything.
Yeah.
Whereas now I feel like everything I'm doing it second or third time, and every time more people are watching, so I feel like I'm in control of that. Yeah, but I'm mature. You know, I've lived a good amount of my life where I feel like I've learned a lot. And people go, "Oh, you're not old," but I'm not saying I'm old. I'm just saying that I'm 25, and I feel like I'm not a little kid. You know, I know what my morals are, my values are, and when you don't know what they are and you're finding your feet and you're under the influence of people in the industry and fame and media, those things can be tested too much, for sure.
Well, it seems like you've got a great grasp on things.
Thanks.
It's been fabulous to chat to you, and thank you so much for your time.
No, pleasure. Can you please move your laptop? Because I'm so scared it's going to fall off and break.
Oh, gosh. There we go.
And the screen smashes at the end of the interview.
Looking forward to seeing you when you next come back to Australia.
Yeah, definitely.
Fabulous. Thank you.